flagged you.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on the floor until they realized I didn't have a seat.
Yeah.
And then they asked to see my ticket.
Nobody has a seat on the floor.
No, the floor had seats.
No, it didn't.
It was divided into two.
Okay, it had people standing though, for sure.
So in the very front, there's standing, and then in the back on the floor there were seats, and I was standing there like a fool, and they didn't let me. Then they saw.
And then like we couldn't because they started to look at us and they asked us.
You walked up. You guys are idiots. You walked up and looked at them.
No, because we didn't.
You had to walk in there like you belonged.
Like you're supposed to be in there. I
you
know.
didn't.
But you did that without us knowing about it. Like we weren't ready for the whole freaking.
That's just a thing you know.
No, so
it's a thing you know to do. If you're trying to get on the floor, you walk past the security guard like you belong there.
You don't ditch your friends without doing it. Like we didn't know. We should have game planned and been like, hey, let's do this. You just freaking went for it, and then we're like behind you. So we
turned a corner.
You ran.
We turned a corner.
No.
We turned a corner.
No, dude.
And there was a security guard. I made the move. I just walked in.
No, but exactly.
And you guys like looked at like the sky.
We weren't ready. We weren't ready for the whole freaking thing. Anyway, but after that.
Well, because.
We got told to go back to our seats, which we didn't believe, or we didn't.
Your mic's not even on, dude.
I don't need my mic on. I don't want to drop the mic. I don't want to have it on. We got told to go back to our other seats, but we decided to go to secret seats on the side with Rob and everything.
With Rob, yeah. I could have eventually gone up there, but I got bored already.
You might have could have, but not really. Only during certain times because they had guys checking tickets. We actually ended up there at the perfect time that he was like talking to somebody right before the show started or right before they came on, and we just slipped right in. Before the ticket guy was like checking tickets again. So.
Well, you could do something like that, but then I would have done the same thing. I'd have walked in there like I belonged there.
Yeah, if the guy was.
You know what I mean? I have a beer. I already know where I'm sitting. Go fuck yourself, bald guy.
So where'd you go after that you got kicked out?
I went to Subway.
Oh, you.
I ate a sandwich at the Monte Carlo.
Did you miss half the concert because you were?
No. I chose to leave. I'm not a huge Iron Maiden guy.
I mean, it was still cool though. But damn.
I like all the crazy metal shit, as you know, but not
because
a huge
you were
Iron Maiden
greedy
guy.
for front row. You got kicked out.
No, they didn't kick me out.
Well, they basically kicked you out.
I could have went back to my seat. I could have found you guys. Yeah. I preferred to go. Oh no! Then I went and sat.
No, you wanted to go look at a roast beef sandwich instead of watching.
You know I'm not eating roast beef sandwich.
Instead of watching Iron Maiden.
You know I'm not eating roast beef sandwiches.
It doesn't matter.
You wanted to look at vegetable veggie sandwich.
You wanted to look at sourdough bread. And
after I got kicked out of the floor, I went to the So funny thing was that was Iron Maiden show. The day or 2 days before was that Rammstein and Korn show, where our friend Afshin, he found these great seats that were like just behind the floor. Yeah. Right? So you're still staring at the stage, but you're just behind the floor. And so I go, I'm going to go try to sit at those. And then I watched for another like 20, 25 minutes.
And you didn't want to stay?
And then I was hungry. I wanted to go get a veggie. No. You're getting fucking confused.
No, it sounds like you're talking about two different concerts.
No. When I got kicked out of the floor, I did not get kicked out of the concert.
I know, you didn't literally get kicked out of it, but you got kicked out of the area. And
that
made you leave.
And then I went and sat on those seats. And then after about 25 minutes, I went and got Subway. This is the Chaotic Sports Show.
You don't eat Subway during a concert. What kind of
My name is Chris Sarda. This is Angelo Soboro. We're starting the show, dude.
I know, but this is not a plug for Subway. and during a live concert, you pretty much never go eat Subway during a concert.
I ditched the concert.
I know, but why you never do
I like Subway more than I like Iron Maiden.
I know, that's horrible, dude. Don't ever say that again.
Dude, you left watching, I think it was Yob. While we were watching Yob, a cool-ass doom metal band, and you went to try to go to the sports book or something. I thought you disappeared.
No, I didn't.
And then I'm already home going to bed, and you're like, where are you, dude?
I was at the concert.
No, you weren't.
I went back in.
You were not at the
freaking 8 minutes. Yes, I was. That was across from the El Cortez. We were at the backstage.
You were so fucked up.
Were we not at the backstage place?
Backstage bar.
Were we not there?
Yes.
Yes. I was there, then I left and came right back in, and you were already gone. And I'm like, why would you leave?
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No, you didn't.
It was like 9 minutes. Yes, it was.
You're so full of shit.
I didn't go to Subway.
You left twice.
No, I didn't.
You left twice.
One of the times I went to the bathroom where you thought I left and I was probably in the bathroom. Dude.
No, dude, unless you were in the bathroom giving blowjobs, you were not in there. You were gone. No. I left. You were nowhere to be seen for 30 minutes.
I was at the concert for like
3 hours. You were trying to find a station casino to cash your ticket.
No, I was not.
Yeah, you were.
Why do you always think that?
Because I have it in a text.
No, dude. I went across the street from I went to El Cortez, which is my favorite casino, which is 8 seconds from the concert front row.
Yeah,
okay?
the DJ walk.
So then I went there, and like 9 minutes later, I came right back, and you were already gone. And I'm like, what do you mean you're gone? I texted you, and I was like, I'm right here, and you're like, I'm already left.
You're drunk and fucked up.
That was
it's a 15-minute drive just to go from that
but you must have left right after I left, and then by the time you were by home, I was
left twice.
Here. No, one of the times I just went to go pee.
No, you left twice.
No, I didn't leave twice, dude. Probably, maybe I went outside to get some air the other time, but I went out. I was in the bathroom one time. You probably thought I left.
No. Anyway, this is the Chaotic Sports Show. You can find us at Chaotic Sports on Twitter. You can find me at Chris Sarda. You can also go on to the Chaotic Sports website, which is you can find at chaoticsports.com. Angelo's already had a long day. We have 3 beers in front of us, 2 cans and 1 bomber.
Yes.
What are you doing, dude?
Dude, that's the good luck dollar. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
And so I enticed you to come over here to drink this
but
Imperial Stout from 2014. But first, what are we starting with?
A bottle of water.
No. Oh, you have water.
Okay, there's Pabst.
Yeah, there's a PBR.
We'll see if we'll get into this today. I don't feel like you want to drink it. That's why you brought up Pabst before. Unless this is such.
Did I tell you that I felt like drinking it? Do I fucking lie to you?
What is the Pabst for?
Or do I talk massive shit?
Is the Pabst for a chugger?
The Pabst is so we can talk about the Pabst and then talk about the beer. Read the date that it was bottled on. I'm fucking showing you the date. I want to look at it.
I always look at the beers before I drink them. It's part of my thing. Okay.
But there's a date, and I asked you to read it to the people.
Okay, the alcohol content is 9.3. The date is 12/16/14.
Yeah. Not 18/14, because that would probably be undrinkable.
Yeah, so that's December 14, 2014. Is that what that said? 12/14/14?
December 16th.
Oh, 12.
So we're going to kill that in a minute. We have glasses, but first you have to open your Pabst.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to waste that beer like this?
I fucking told you 5 times now. I'm fucking sure. Well, I'm not supposed to cuss a lot.
I know, don't cuss, dude. I don't like to. That's a Wayne and Chris show. I don't like to cuss. So, you don't need to do that, dude.
I'm also a little bit sick. I'm trying to cough away.
You're trying to cuss away your sickness.
I'm trying to cough away from the microphone, but people might hear a few coughs.
Yeah, you sound sick, dude. You shouldn't be around your girl.
Huh?
You shouldn't be around your girl.
Also, my wife is at any moment about to explode with a baby.
It could happen.
So should we even be doing a podcast?
Yeah, because if it happens, you're just going to go to the hospital with her.
I'm just going to pause the podcast.
Yeah.
And we're going to come back like 3 days later and just finish it, pretend nothing happened.
And they wouldn't even know, or should we just let them know?
No, we would let the people know. We might be doing in the next 3 weeks or so. We might be doing podcasts while a baby is crying in my arms.
Or just sitting right there sleeping.
I mean, will it really be? Well, I guess it will be. I was gonna say with the noise, but I mean, with like listening to grindcore and hardcore punk and stuff.
Right now,
the baby's gonna be used to it.
You've been listening to it with the baby already, right? For months.
No, Gosha won't let me. But I mean, obviously, I listen around.
She won't let you play a little Metallica or nothing.
Well, Metallica's not extreme,
but
dude.
Anything.
She'd probably be fine with Metallica, but
Nirvana, anything.
But those compared to what I actually listen to is like so lullabies.
So you just gave up on any music for the kid?
My kid listens to Mozart because he's fucking.
That's it.
Because he's cultured.
I know, but that's it though. I would have thrown a couple other bands in there.
I mean, you know, I was listening to Vomitorial Corpulence.
With the baby.
I was listening to it on Google Music, and Gosha was walking around, so she was listening to it too.
Throw on some Stone Temple Pilots.
Some John. No, that's fucking bullshit.
Why? You don't like that shit?
Some John Zorn.
No, dude. Put on.
He's gonna get so much Stone Temple Pilots pumped through his head when he's at Uncle Angelo's.
What about some Smashing Pumpkins? You can't listen.
No. I listen to crazier shit. The Smashing Pumpkins come on anytime.
It was crazy.
I listen to crazier stuff.
I know, but that's not the point of crazy. I'm saying, why can't the kid just listen to some music?
He can.
You just said
I didn't necessarily do it.
I thought it was just Mozart and that's it.
It's Mozart and it's Discordant Axis and Vomitorial Corpulence.
Oh, I thought you. So you're playing that?
Vomit Remnants, who I'm going to see at Death Fest.
No, we're talking about the kid.
Yeah, that's what the kid's listening to.
You're playing that for the kid right now.
It's playing in the background.
Oh, why you guys are doing it?
While we're doing it.
No, I didn't mean that. I mean like as you're like in the kitchen cooking or something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Anyway, so this is a sports talk show. So crazy shit has actually happened in sports. Selection Sunday.
Yep.
You could talk a little about that. I'm not gonna watch one single March Madness game.
I hate what you said, dude. Didn't you say that about NFL playoffs or something else?
I said that about the Super Bowl, but I watched it.
Yeah, but why do you always say that? Why does it just don't? There's 50 playoff games in college. Why can't you just watch a few? It's not like you have to watch every
Maybe
one.
If I'm hanging out with you, I'll watch a couple, but I'll probably put on hockey.
Well, I mean, but you're going for a point. Like, what's the point of you saying this? Like, you seem like you're trying to make a statement, political statement. You're like, I'm not gonna watch one game. Like, what's the point of that?
I don't know. I always get excited for March Madness, and the truth is, I don't really. I know the big players. I know the players that I think
you don't like the Cinderellas or just a competitive game and like 8 seconds.
It's cool, dude. It's cool. You know the college thing isn't mine. So why don't you give your top 4 in order that you think are gonna win? And I'm gonna go grab a notebook.
All right. Let's see. There's a bunch of good teams like Villanova, Michigan State, Virginia. I think Gonzaga is really good. I think St. Mary's or Boise State should be in the field, and like Oklahoma shouldn't, or Oklahoma State should be in the field, and Oklahoma shouldn't. Let's see, who else is good? So I'm gonna say.
Are you even doing a top 4?
Virginia, yeah. Oh. I'm just telling them that some other teams that should be in it and that's not in it. I'm gonna say Virginia because they have really good defense and they're just crazy. They can win games like 40-30. I mean, I have a couple big dogs at first, even though people are still underestimating Virginia. I think, even though they're like a number 1 seed, no, I don't think a lot of people think they're actually going to win the title.
Really?
I think they might. So I'm going to take Virginia first. Villanova, which are number 1 seed too. Gonzaga is a 4 seed, but I think they have a very good team, so I'll take Gonzaga.
They seem to be bracket busters.
Yeah, they could be my bracket buster. And I'll just take UNR. Not that they're going to win the title, but I think they're going to go to like the Elite 8 or something.
That they're going to go deep.
Yeah, I'm not. So I'll just take them as just a throw-in. So my 4th team would be Cincinnati, because they have some good defense too. So those are my 4 teams, and UNR is my Elite 8 shocker team. So I just said Virginia, Villanova, Gonzaga.
Did you bet on Virginia?
Cincinnati. No.
Are you going to? Futures?
I might bet them a couple games, but I don't know if I'm going to bet the future, which I guess I should if I'm thinking they're going to win it.
But if they're, I mean, what are they though?
5-1 or so. I don't know.
5-1 being you'd think that they're a top 4 team.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know what they are, but that's it. I mean, that's pretty much it. If you don't, people like to watch Cinderellas. They like to watch it for their schools that they used to go to.
Yeah. That's why I don't watch it, because UNLV is not in it.
Yeah, a lot of people like Michigan State. They're like a 2 or 3 seed, so that's a popular pick, kind of, Michigan State. Trying to think who else. Obviously, everybody loves Duke. Kentucky's a good sleeper.
Yeah.
Because they're look like horrible some games this year, but they're in the tournament still, and they got a good ass team. So Kentucky would be like, I don't even know the seed that they are, but they're probably like a 3 or 4 seed, 5 seed, and they're pretty good.
Because they're Kentucky.
They're Kentucky, exactly, so they could win some games.
You don't sound as excited about March Madness.
I am. I'm pumped for March Madness. I'd be more excited if UNLV was in it.
How drunk are you right now?
No, I'm not drunk.
Let's find out.
Dude, I'm not that drunk. You know me.
You got the squinty eyes.
No, you know me.
You're just going.
You know me.
UNR, Virginia.
No, you know me, dude.
Virginia.
Nobody knows. If
I know
had 1
you.
beer or 20 beers, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, because you're drunk after 1.
No.
That's why.
You just wouldn't know.
Huh? I know.
No, dude, you don't know.
I know very clearly.
You don't know.
So, there's been a lot of moves in football. I don't know how close you were following that.
Yeah.
But some massive ones, and there's a few I'd like to. There's a few I'd like to talk about. Maybe they're not like earth-shattering moves, but obviously one of the big ones is a cut and sign. The Packers cut Jordy Nelson and signed Jimmy Graham. So obviously I feel things. Yeah.
Wow. I thought he was going to go back to the Saints.
That's what some people thought. So.
Damn, that's a good signing. Damian Amendola got.
So Jimmy Graham did not sign with the Saints. He is now a Green Bay Packer. I think a lot of people would say that he was misused in Seattle, even though in his 2 years there he still caught 16 touchdowns.
He wasn't being like Drew Brees wasn't hooking him up. I mean, it wasn't, something was off. It didn't feel the same. He had to have way less touchdowns than yards on the Seahawks.
Yeah, he was like an end zone target.
He looked like a guy in his last year before he retires on
the
Seahawks.
There's still a question about Jimmy Graham's knees.
Yeah.
And I think that on a team like the Packers that they might not matter. The
what? Go ahead. I'm waiting for you to say it.
I mean, what they really need him. What they really need Jimmy Graham for. I just see this light shining on your face.
Why are you losing to you're tracking your freaking words, bro? Just say it. I'm waiting for you. I was waiting to listen to what you were saying.
Yeah. So I don't think that they need him. I think they really need him as an end zone target. Maybe not every play is going to be him running down.
Is this the best player that Aaron Rodgers has ever played with?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think so.
It's got to be.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers plays with himself.
Yeah, but think about it.
Out of context.
Yeah, that is out of context. But no, think about it. You didn't even think about that. That Jimmy Graham's probably going to be the best NFL player that Jimmy Graham's ever played with. That
Aaron Rodgers has. It's a stretch because Jimmy Graham. Who knows if he's the Jimmy Graham he was on the Saints?
If he's that.
He was hurt the last year on the Saints, I think, and then he went and signed with Seattle, and then he was okay. He was more of an end zone target. I mean, if they have that.
Yeah, that just turned out.
If they have that, yeah.
Something was up with that.
Well, what is Russell Wilson? You know what I mean? He's a real smart guy. He's a good quarterback. He's cerebral. He's obedient. He'll play the plays.
He's
obedient. He's good with broken plays, but nonetheless he's like overachieving. There's some limitations with Russell Wilson.
So you're saying to go play with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Graham should have a Hall of Fame year.
I don't know. I'm saying that I don't know how bad his knees are if he's not fast.
Well, Drew Brees.
He's not a blocking tight end, so that means.
Yeah, but you can't stop it.
No, you couldn't stop it in 2012.
It's like with Gronk. It's like.
In 2012, you couldn't stop it.
Yeah, but we're going back to the old school.
I hope so. So what do you think about the cutting of Jordy Nelson?
I think that's crazy. They just cut Jordy Nelson?
They just cut him. He's gone.
No, I would have kept him for sure.
Well, I think it's his cost. I think they're also thinking about what Aaron Rodgers is going to cost because he's about to sign.
So where's he going to play then, Jordy Nelson?
Who knows? He can go. He might sign again with the Packers. Or he might join, Bill Belichick loves white receivers.
Or the Rams because they lost Sammy Watkins.
Yeah. Oh, that's another. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah.
So who knows where Jordy will go?
Yeah.
There's a chance that they re-sign him for a little bit better contract. He was expensive. I still think that Randall Cobb has taken more of a step back than Jordy, but it's hard to say because Jordy may not be as fast.
Yeah,
since his ACL injury. He didn't have a good 6 weeks with Rodgers. He didn't have a good.
But isn't because you signed Jimmy Graham, isn't that more of a reason to keep Jordy Nelson? Like if I was the organization I was running things, because I signed Jimmy Graham, I definitely want Jordy Nelson.
You might want him, but it depends how much he costs.
It doesn't matter. Because
yes, it matters.
No, it doesn't matter. Because if we have Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson running around, and Jimmy Graham, that means pick your poison type stuff.
Well, those two aren't even the best receivers. I think Devontae Adams is better than both now.
Even more of my point. So now you have 3-4 receivers, and you can't stop. You don't know who to stop, and now you lose one. So now it's a little
tax
easier.
Considerations or salary caps. That's the problem.
So
they couldn't afford him.
They could have worked it out.
Yeah, they just continue with an offensive line that's injured and never there, or a defense that can't really play. So you have to build a team, and you have to decide what's best for the team. And unfortunately, they thought that Jordy Nelson's contract was not worth it.
I think Jordy Nelson just wanted to leave Green Bay. He just didn't like him.
Well, they cut him. I think he might sign again.
Yeah, they cut him, but they might have been because he was like, cut me. I'm not going to play for you.
You're so drunk.
No, for real.
Like a trash.
Some players, like, you think that they got cut, but sometimes they're like, I don't want to play for you. Get rid of me, trade me.
We're going to get even more drunk right now.
No, but I'm just saying. So sometimes that happens. It's not always like the team cut the player.
That is sometimes it happens, but you just said it out of nowhere
because
that's what Jordy Nelson did.
Because that's what I think happened because they would have definitely wanted him.
His contract was for like $20 million or something, or 3 years for $58 million. He wasn't worth it anymore. They wanted to bring in Jimmy Graham, so they cut him. They might re-sign him for a more team-friendly contract, or someone like Bill Belichick might go out and get him.
I was about to say it's going to be the Rams or the Patriots.
I mean, the Belichick just lost Amendola.
Yeah.
you got to think that getting Jordy Nelson would be a step above Amendola. Because Amendola's not what he was on those Rams teams, right? And injured worse than Jordy Nelson. Amendola went to Miami, and now Miami has 6,000 slot receivers and Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
Kenny Stills, who I don't even know why he's still there.
No.
He should retire. But
so Devontae Parker is just trying to take over. We'll see if it happens.
Well, the problem in Miami is still quarterback. So Cousins is off the market. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Well, I thought it was the head coach is the problem and cocaine.
Well, I mean, that's just Miami problems. But
I thought the murder was the problem in Miami.
But so I don't know what they're even thinking in Miami right now, or what the rumors are, whether they're going to go forward with, if they're going to try to keep Cutler another year, they're going to move forward with Tannehill. You got to think that they bring Tannehill back.
I think one more year. I don't know. They're screwed on quarterback.
Yeah, a lot of teams are. So this is a good segue. Is a lot of teams are screwed on quarterbacks, and a lot of people think that Teddy Bridgewater going to the Jets is silly.
It's better,
but I don't.
He's a lot better than a lot of other quarterbacks. You
don't know what he's going to come back.
But a lot of people underestimate the signing that the Browns did at quarterback.
We'll get to that.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think it's a great pick because there's not a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL, and I think he's pretty good.
We'll get to that, but
we just got to it. We're at it right now.
We're not going to talk about Teddy Bridgewater for 2 seconds. So,
we'll bounce back and forth.
Teddy Bridgewater went to the Jets, 1 year deal. They also signed McCown to a 1 year deal, so they're basically going to compete there.
Yeah.
On a not great team, but I think Teddy Bridgewater is very, very much worth the risk, especially on a 1 year deal.
What is it? 1 year.
$20 million.
$20 million?
Something like that.
That's insane.
$15 million. No, not for a quarterback.
Yeah, for him, he hasn't done nothing.
Teddy Bridgewater was starting to look good before he got injured.
I would have threw him like $8 mil, $10 mil. I wouldn't have gave him $20 mil for 1 year when I don't even know if he can do anything.
That's why you give him for 1 year.
Yeah, but still.
Anyway, so it's around there. So they get to test him out. He'll play with Josh McCown. I think the big problem is that he could be very good, but the Jets just aren't that good.
Well, and I guess they do have $20 million just to throw at a bum because they don't have any other good players. So they have
I don't think he's a bum.
No, but I didn't mean it like him literally. But they have money to throw at like just random players because their roster is cheap. Like they don't have. It's not like they're spending a lot.
Yeah.
So they're just like, here's $20 million. Here's $20 million to this guy. $20 million to that guy.
And I think it works. The problem is that if he looks halfway decent, even on a bad team, then he's gonna go. He's gonna leave immediately, right?
No.
I think.
No. Why would? What are you talking about? They would re-sign him for a huge contract if he plays great.
Well, 30 other teams would also get to sign him for a huge contract.
But he would just stay
so
with
it'd be
the Jets.
1 in 30.
Gave him the chance. So he'd probably sign with the Jets if the money was big. Unless there's like.
It's 1 in 30 teams that he gets to choose from. So there's 1 in 30 chance he signs with the Jets again. All this hometown. Oh, he gave me a chance.
It's more than 1 in 30.
So anyway.
And it wouldn't be 1 in 30 because
this is the Drunk Angelo podcast.
No, there's a few teams that wouldn't want to sign him at all. Like there's some teams that aren't looking to try to sign him at all.
Yeah. So another quarterback which you tried to jump to and I think is just silly is Tyrod Taylor went to the Browns.
How was that silly when they had nothing else anyway? What did they have before that?
Well, someone has to play quarterback. You're right.
Yeah. So how silly?
But they're probably going to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, and then let the quarterback learn and get better for a few years and mature, and then they're going to put him. So you actually could not get a better signing at all.
Because you know you're going to throw away Tyrod Taylor pretty soon.
Well, you're just going to loan him for a few years and he can get you win some games. So you actually you could not even ever do a better signing than him unless you signed freaking Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or somebody. Or Drew Brees. I mean, because you're just you're just getting a good quarterback for a couple years.
From that perspective is probably correct because you go, okay, we need a guy out there throwing the ball. We're going to draft a quarterback. Yeah. Well, we don't want to just draft a rookie and give him the job. We want him to compete for it.
Yep.
So from that point of view, it's fine. I'm just not a Tyrod Taylor fan. I don't think he's very good at all. So. You were so excited to say stuff about him, so
I wasn't. I'm more excited that they got Landry.
Okay.
Right?
Jarvis Landry is very good.
And they picked up a couple other players.
So I think Jarvis Landry is extremely underrated.
So they have Josh Gordon and laundry now. If Gordon can play a little better next year, he just barely came back last year, so he actually should be in full freaking mode by next year.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you're
game
not,
fitness.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't. He didn't play for like a year or two,
mid-season
right?
fitness.
So you can't expect him to come right back.
He didn't play for like 2 or 3 years.
Okay, so anybody that thought he was just going to come back and dominate, or that was surprised that he struggled, is crazy. But now, like 8 months later, when now he's in full swing, ready to go, he could dominate this.
I'm not sure it was completely his fault, because when he was playing good, it was Brandon Hoyer throwing, and about the only thing Brandon Hoyer could do is throw hard, and he had to just run and catch it. I don't know that Tyrod Taylor is going to do that. I don't know that we.
He's a great running quarterback.
Yeah.
That's going to open up things for the pass.
He can throw the ball to himself. I don't know.
No, it's just the linebackers are going to have to come up a lot, and then he could start throwing.
I have a feeling that we forget about Jarvis Landry, and we forget about
what?
I forget his name that you just said.
Who are you talking about?
Josh Gordon. I think that we forget about Jarvis Landry and Josh Gordon. I think the Browns are still going to have less than 5.
Player next year.
No, I doubt it.
Yes.
You want to put a $10 bet on the board?
Will. One of them will be a Pro Bowl player.
Of those two,
yeah.
One of them will be a Pro Bowl player.
Yeah.
$10 on the board.
What?
$10.
Yeah.
Fist bump. Okay.
See now,
we got to keep track of our bets.
I want 15 to 10 odds. I want paid more because that's a crazy statement, but I think it's going to happen. So you're getting all these. You're jumping on all these crazy.
It's not a crazy statement.
It's probably more unlikely to happen in
Then why did you say it?
No, but that's because I'm just giving you like such great odds, and you're like.
It's not great odds. One, you get 2 players, 2 receivers that could go to the Pro Bowl that are both Pro Bowl capable players. Both of them are Pro Bowl capable.
With the guy that Tyrod Taylor.
Suddenly they all fucking suck.
No, but I'm just saying you're trying to jump all these crazy.
So is it a bet or not?
Of course it's a bet. I definitely think it's
$10.
Happen. Yeah.
$10.
One of them is gonna be a Pro Bowler.
We need to keep track of our bets because we have another one.
The other bet is the fantasy
What's the other
baseball.
One?
Fantasy baseball one. Who's the player that I was talking about? The Ian Kinsler.
Oh, Ian Kinsler would be a top 5 second baseman
in
our fantasy baseball stats.
And all those RBIs and runs and home runs and OPS and stuff. And then what's the other bet? Oh, then there's another bet. The Indians are going to win the World Series.
But that's you being fucking gaudy.
But I think I'm going to win I'm going to win every single bet that we just made.
But that Indians one is you're being gaudy because you can go and win. You can go get 8-1. You just want to shove it in our face. That's the reason you give us even odds.
I'm doing both.
I know you're doing both, but the reason you're betting me that $100 is because you're being gaudy.
No.
You want to shove it in my face.
No, I didn't make you bet it. You're the one that wanted to bet it.
Oh, I love the bet.
Yeah, so you
I can't lose the bet. I can't lose the bet.
Of course
basically.
you can, because the Indians are going to win the World
Series. No. If they make the World Series, I'm just going to bet on the other team.
Okay, well I'm kind of doing that.
I'm going to bet the Indians.
I'm betting big on the Indians, and then I'm betting the Dodgers too.
Yeah.
So like, let's say the Dodgers win, and I win 2, 3, 400, I'll just pay you guys off with that. But the Indians are probably going to win.
Well, we'll see.
So you're telling me that if the Indians
Dodgers will smoke the Indians in the World Series.
You're telling me if the Indians make the World Series, you're going to bet the Indians just to counteract our bet?
Yeah.
What if the other team wins? I guess you win $100.
$50, yeah. I'll bet $100. I'll bet $50
on the Indians.
On the Indians.
And then if you either win that,
I'll do the math when I get there. No. But if the Indians make
the math is already enough for you. You're going to win a few $100 plus your 50 back if the Indians win, or you win $100 for me, so you lost 50.
Yeah, something like that. But there's a different way to bet too. If when the Indians make the playoffs, or I can bet that they get to the ALCS, that kind of thing. So
your best
I have to play with those.
Both teams in the World Series.
I've already bet one of them. I bet the other one. The Indians may not make it to the World Series. The Astros are still better.
If the Indians make the World Series, your best bet for your bet against me would be to bet a little on the Indians and a little on the other team.
Yes. The Astros will probably beat the Indians. The Yankees are the exact kind of lineup that'll just jack the Indians. They'll beat them 8-2.
Dude. The Cubs are going to go back to the World Series.
The Cubs aren't that good.
Dodgers versus the Indians. But
no,
I think it's
no Nationals. No Nationals.
No, not yet.
I think the Nationals have a better chance than the Cubs. I like the Nationals over the Cubs.
Maybe, but
yeah. So we're going to talk a lot of baseball. This is going to turn into a baseball podcast in a month or two, pretty much. But let's continue on with some of the football. Dude, you're about to fall asleep.
No, I'm not. I'm good.
I want to drink this. I'm going to open it. You're going to drink a 16-ounce glass of it. Yes or no?
If you open the damn bottle,
you're going to drink it.
Of course I'm going to drink it.
Do you have any more fucking PBR there?
Yes, I do, because this tastes like freaking goat piss. and it's horrible.
That hurts. I bought that PBR for you.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I got to go run and get a knife.
Okay,
the knife
it's
that
cold,
you left.
So it's good. The PBR is good. It's
the knife
cold.
you left in my car one day, by the way. I have to go get that knife so that I can open this wax. In the meantime, what I want you to talk about is, so the Vikings had 3 quarterbacks. They got rid of them all, and it looks like they're going to definitely sign Kirk Cousins. Tell me what Kirk Cousins does for a team that was already legit.
Kirk Cousins, I would have possibly at least stayed with Case Keenum as far as like having him on the team with Kirk Cousins and have him battle it out in the preseason or something, because Case Keenum got you a game or two away from winning the Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins you would have to say is maybe a little upgrade from Case Keenum, but we'll see how he gels with the players. I think it's a very good acquisition because they're going to sign him for multiple years, right? They probably sign him for 5 years or whatever they sign him for, so that makes the Vikings a contender, but they already were a contender.
Well, they were a super contender.
I mean, so this makes them a little better, maybe.
I think I don't like Kirk Cousins, but I think he's a better choice than all 3 of those quarterbacks.
And also because
I think Sam Bradford's the most talented of the 4. So let me just throw it out there: Case Keenum, Kirk Cousins, Teddy Bridgewater, and Sam Bradford. I think Sam Bradford. I think so. Oh, I think good. Sam Bradford is the most talented of them all, but he's just injured all the time.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater has the highest ceiling, but he came back from a big injury, and he didn't really super prove himself. He looked like he was emerging as a really good quarterback. Never got a chance to prove himself.
Yeah.
Case Keenum's a fucking fluke.
I wouldn't
pay him.
Chance.
I'm not going to pay him money.
So
you can't give chances if you're on the way to win a Super Bowl.
He got him a game away or so from the Super Bowl. I know that.
You can't give chances.
No. He earned it. He freaking.
So he can go do that with some other team, because he's shown. If the Vikings have shown anything, they've shown they don't really need a quarterback. Because fucking 3 different guys have had success there.
True. So Kirk Cousins, all he has to basically do is just breathe and move his hips.
So Kirk Cousins is a little bit more sure
and stuff like that.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins is a little bit more sure.
Yeah.
And I think that he's probably a better match when Dalvin Cook comes back.
No, it is a good pickup. And then they got sign up for 5 years probably. So this is they have some time to make this experiment work.
Yeah, and so it looks like it averages down to $28 million a year, which means that Aaron Rodgers is going to get paid a fuck ton of money, because he was waiting for Kirk Cousins to get paid so he can go hey, that's Kirk Cousins. I'm motherfucking Aaron Rodgers.
He's going to at least be I at least need $30 million a year.
I think he's going to break 30, which is one of the reasons they had to cut Jordy Nelson.
Damn.
So, where are we here?
We're on the different pickups for the NFL, right?
Yeah. So the next one I wanted to talk about, and we mentioned him briefly here, Sam Bradford went to the Cardinals. The Cardinals are another team with this incredible defense.
That's Sam Bradford is a trip away from never playing in the league again.
But when he's healthy, he's so fucking good.
But he might trip on the way. You thought I was saying it during the game. I think he might trip during the preseason, getting out of his car at training camp, and hurt his ankle and be out for 3 months.
He might be watching a movie in 3D and tear his ACL again.
Because he got up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, no, just watching it, sitting down. He might be watching a movie, sitting down, and tear his ACL.
Because he jumped up because it was a scary part of the movie and he pulled a hamstring or something.
No movement. It just breaks.
It just breaks. Why not? It breaks while he's sleeping.
That dude is so rich. He's the last. You probably don't remember this,
but he's the last major contract I know.
Yeah, for the rookies.
Yeah, I know. That's how bad he is.
Well, what
they
sucks,
changed the whole system because of how bad he was.
And how much because how injured he got. He's been good.
Yeah.
I think Sam Bradford's very good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's worth the risk. Maybe the Cardinals could see that they had no chance at Cousins. Right?
Yeah.
So sign Sam Bradford. If he's healthy, you're good to go.
Who's the coach?
A lot of this, I never remember
who's.
I never remember who's the coach shit, dude.
Yeah. I thought they lost him though.
So it's a good. I To me, it's a good move because Sam Bradford has a lot of upside. I think he's more talented than Kirk Cousins, to be honest.
So
if he's healthy, which that's the.
But isn't some of these players? Yeah, isn't some of these players that are moving from team to team? Isn't it like kind of cool because
so much happened today? It was hard to keep track of. Like Allen Robinson going to the Bears, which I'll talk about in a minute. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
But it's like so much other shit. Happened.
Yeah. No, but I think because I
respect this bottle opener.
Oh, come on.
I respect that.
Oh, whatever. I got that.
On All Blacks.
Yeah. See, I'm surprised. That's good you know about that.
Of course. You can't tell me the sport it's in.
Yes, it is. It's rugby.
Yeah.
I got it from a girl that lives in Australia that sent it to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I would never root for the All Blacks.
Yeah, I didn't buy that. That was a gift. I got a few gifts from this girl. She's married, but she had a kid and stuff, and I went to college with her. She sent me a couple gifts like 5-8 years ago, whatever it was, and that was one of the gifts.
And you've had it that long?
Yeah. But like you're right, it's like random, like nobody would know what that is. They'd be like, "What the hell is that?"
I respect that.
Yeah. But I like these movements because it's like I said, you don't want to see all your favorite players leaving and stuff like that, but it's kind of fun. Like I want to see how Bradford or Keenum does. Like it's kind of like, or I know you keep saying we'll get back to this, but like I want to see Sammy Watkins on the Chiefs with Alex Smith.
Talk.
That's
Alex Smith's not on the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, he left now. He's
on the Redskins.
You're right. Yeah, that's the mix-up.
It's Mahomes.
Yeah, it's Mahomes. Okay. You're right about that. So that's still good.
That was a bad move for Sammy Watkins, unless the Chiefs
paying him.
That's never a bad move, but unless the Chiefs draft a quarterback, a lot of this.
Mahomes could be good. The Chiefs might have told him. Andy Reid might have told him, "Hey,
we believe in
we're gonna give you the damn ball," like because the Rams didn't really give it to him that much. So it's like you come here, you're gonna be a focal point of our offense, and we're gonna pay you max a big money, and you're gonna be one of our best players.
So a lot of this, it's hard to like really rate what they're doing.
Yeah.
If when we haven't seen the draft yet either, like how are they gonna draft? Did they address their needs? Did they make the trades they needed to? Did they get the players they needed to? So you don't remember this knife?
I do remember that knife.
Yeah, this is my car for a while, and she goes, "What is this?" She got out of like the glove compartment.
You said it was my
knife. Angelo's fucking knife. Oh, it's a bottle opener.
I know it is.
I didn't realize that.
Well, it could be. I guess it is a bottle opener. So
it took me. The reason I have a knife and I'm using it to open a beer is because Tenaya Creek waxes the shit out of their bottles, especially in 2014. Take your knife, dude.
Oh, you don't want this knife no more? This could save your life.
Okay.
You want it?
I don't care. I just leave it in the garage. I'll stab someone that attacks me in the garage.
There you go. Keep it. Like if that knife saves your life one day, you definitely owe me something big.
I'll give you the knife back.
No, dude, I want the blood money.
You're being such a bitch. I'm gonna pour your beer in this Corona glass.
I mean that's fine. What do you get? You get a freaking satanic stone glass.
Yeah.
That's fine with me, dude. Okay, that's enough.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, that's
We're splitting the beer. No, you said that already.
It's gonna be 60-40.
No. You told me I didn't open it to not fucking split it.
It just smells good, dude.
It smells like motor oil.
It looks like motor oil.
It oxidized a little. I can already tell it oxidized a little bit.
What do you mean? Because it didn't foam up?
Well, it shouldn't foam up because it's Imperial.
Wow.
Anyway. So this is, again, for the people listening, this is the 2014 Imperial Stout from Tenaya Creek. I think we're underrated for breweries in Vegas. Not that we're San Diego or Washington or anything like that, or Oregon, but I think we do have a few interesting things going on. I think Tenaya Creek's the best, though.
I think I do too.
So this is their Imperial Stout. I've had it now for 4 years, almost 3.5.
Wow.
You actually drank the 2015 with me about a year ago. You just don't remember because you're drunk.
Of course I remember it.
True or false? True or false? Your sister and your mom wanted to talk to you about your drinking.
No, dude, they don't care. All right, cheers. You can't cheers and not take a sip.
Cheers. Yeah, my wife would have been mad at me.
Yeah, that would be freaking very disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Intense. Yeah, good?
It's good. It's different.
It's different? You've had the Imperial Stout 50 times.
No, but not 4 years old.
Yeah.
And actually it was bottled the year before that or something. It's about 5-6 years old.
No. It was bottled when it was made.
You think so?
Has to be. Holy fuck, dude. So
we're talking about Sammy Watkins. We're talking about some other pickups.
So Sammy Watkins. So, you know, a receiver, to me, their success is highly correlated with a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. You know, every now and then there's a year like Hoyer and Gibson or Josh.
For what, the player? A good team, you mean?
Huh? Yeah, a good player, a good quarterback at least.
Well, you don't always need the best quarterback to win if you have a good defense.
But for a receiver's success, you do have to have a good quarterback most of the time.
Or a good running back, because they're all gonna be at the line and they're all going to be focused on the running back, that you're going to get open a lot.
Yes, but if the quarterback sucks, he doesn't get it to you. So a receiver's success is typically correlated highly with how good or wide receiver success is correlated with how good your quarterback is, right? Or at least how much of an arm he has. You know what I mean? Jay Cutler probably gave, Jay Cutler was... Most people would agree he's not a great quarterback, but Brandon Marshall had some good years with him, right? Statistical years. Yeah. Because he just launched the ball at Brandon Marshall, right? So that brings you to a move like Sammy Watkins, who is going with an unproven quarterback on a team with Tyreek Hill already.
And then they have the great rookie running back who's going to be a second-year player now.
Yeah, so now you're back in the situation that they were in before Andy Reid got there, which was no quarterback, and then you just praise the Lord that they ended up getting. I barely drank. I can't even remember names right now.
It doesn't really matter. Everybody knows who we're talking about. He had a great rookie season, probably the best there out of anybody.
Well,
the running back. Is that what you're talking about? Right?
No.
Who are you talking about? You talking about Alex Smith?
Yeah. So I'm saying that right now the Chiefs are in the position before they got Alex Smith.
You couldn't really remember Alex Smith?
I couldn't remember Alex Smith's name. The Chiefs were back in the position that they were in before they got Alex Smith. Alex Smith was serviceable, but no one thinks that Alex Smith is this MVP level player, although he had some actually low-key good years.
Has he not been to the Super Bowl before, the Frisco, or one game away? And he basically won a national championship in college.
He's been to the Super Bowl as a backup.
Okay, and he won a national championship in college.
Yeah, but he didn't pan out. He didn't pan out.
They screwed him, but he basically did. They got him undefeated.
Yeah, well, he didn't pan out. He got picked like 25 picks ahead of Aaron Rodgers.
You're right. He got picked first.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, he almost panned out. He's had a great career.
He's panned out, had a great career. Yeah, he hasn't panned out like he didn't become Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady.
No.
That, because the Niners would have drafted Aaron Rodgers.
If they knew ahead of time.
Yeah.
If everybody knew ahead of time, Tom Brady would never have played with the Patriots.
Yeah.
He would have picked the number one pick to the freaking the freaking Redskins or something, whoever picked number one that year.
No one can hear you, dude.
Of course they
You're
can hear
whispering.
Me. Dude.
Pretend you hate me and yell at me.
No, you don't want to have me yelling at you.
Yeah, well, I want you yelling into the mic at least.
No, they can hear me. I'll try to speak up,
Yeah.
Because is it moving more now if I'm speaking up?
Better. Way better.
I got to bring it like that?
We're the most unprofessional sports talk show in history.
No, we're not, dude. We're consistent, and we're talking about all topics.
We're not consistent.
And
we missed a show last week.
Makes joy. Yeah, but everybody has family and stuff that happens sometimes, but we have another show right now.
Oh, there we go.
And if this was to be televised or on a certain day, I'm sure we would make it happen.
So I want to talk about a moment that you were really sad.
What is that? When the stock market crashed?
No.
When the Rebels didn't get invited to the tournament?
Well, we knew that was going to happen for months now.
When the war started?
So you were happy when I told you that Metallica was coming to the T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah.
And then you were sad on March 1st when I tried to go buy tickets and they were all sold out already, or at least the floor was.
Yeah. I could still see myself going to the concert. It's not a guarantee.
Are you going to pay those? Are you going to pay StubHub prices?
I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
Well, like you said in a previous show, what you said, it had a great line in a previous show.
Well, I
usually... It was, I don't want to die without...
Yeah,
Say it again.
No, I just don't want to die without seeing Metallica.
Why would you tell me no and then say it.
Because
you're just trying to disagree with me?
No, it's just the reality. Like I was gonna not. I'm going to the Indians Cubs game on Saturday at Cashman because I have to go to it. It's not a matter if I want to.
You have to.
Yeah. So I bought tickets.
Rob's going there.
I bought tickets. No, I thought he wasn't unless he just bought tickets again. He went to the Arizona game.
Oh, that's what he did. Yeah.
So this one's at Cashman.
You got to go watch your Indians.
Yeah, at Cashman. Cashman's about to be closed. I mean, as far as for baseball.
Yeah.
This is last year. It's Cubs, Indians. I mean, I pretty much had to at least go for one of the 2 days, so I bought tickets Saturday.
No, that's you're an Indians fan, so
that's how I feel about Metallica. Works. I mean, I could see myself maybe going in another state in the next year or so, but I mean, how long do they have, and am I going to risk it, or am I just going to make it happen now? You know what I mean?
Man.
So it sucks how they screwed us with the prices, though. They're making us pay like $200-$300 or $400, something crazy.
If you want the inner bowl, you're up at $500-$600. If you want the inner bowl, you're up at $500-$600 to see them in T-Mobile. But they're gonna play. The stage is gonna be in the center, right?
Okay.
So they're gonna be playing. So
is that what it says?
I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Showed it, okay.
And then the floor tickets, I don't even see floor tickets.
Although they're going to be facing one way, right? So whoever picks it on the opposite side.
No. It's going to be, I don't know if you ever saw their DVD. It'll either turn or it's just one flat stage. So they'll be playing, they're not going to all be playing next to each other.
Circle, yeah.
It'll probably turn, but like, imagine it's a square, James Hetfield will be on one corner, Kurt Hammett will be on another one, and they'll be walking around and there'll be effects and stuff. So, yeah, you're fucked, dude.
Damn, that's crazy.
We can get shitty tickets up on like the very, very top for about $200, give or take.
Sad. That's sad that you're doing this to us.
Well, they're not doing it.
That's
doing StubHub.
The market. Well, it's not even StubHub.
It's the market.
Yeah. I mean, there's other sites we could try to get tickets on. We'll figure it out. There's a chance. There's a chance that it could be a hundred less than you're thinking right now, that you get like a lucky deal on somebody to have some tickets or something.
Yeah, you always have hope.
Yeah.
I don't have any hope.
No. So, I mean, how many more concerts are they going to play, though?
They're going to play more than Slayer, who's on their last tour ever. They're going to play more than Ozzy, who I think is on his... Black Sabbath is done.
Well,
Ozzy's playing...
He's on his last leg. He's going to be dead within 80 days.
We said about that. We said that about Ozzy for the last 20 years. It still hasn't happened.
Well, he hit a bat's head, dude. He's freaking has bat blood in his system.
Yeah.
He's not gonna die. If you rip a bat's head off and like eat and drink the blood of a freaking bat, you have some years left to live, because you're that crazy that you're just not gonna die. If the good people die, the crazy people just live.
They live.
The crazy people either live to play concerts or to win megabucks or the lottery. Because a lot of people, like a lot of old people, win the lottery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those people just win. Don't know why. I think it's because they play a lot of games too.
Man, if you buy like the worst seats at regular price.
Did you put best seats or best view? I mean,
I put
lowest price.
No. I went to the worst seats on purpose, but they're all the same price.
Yeah.
I picked the very back seats.
Yeah.
Against the fucking wall, and that's gonna, if to get 2 tickets, that would run us $347 after fees.
Each?
No, total.
No, I mean, I guess that's
100 and so 175 about. So anyway, you're fucked.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
You can go alone.
Yeah, that's sad.
My name is Chris Sarda. That's Angelo Soboro. You can find us at Chaotic Sports. You can find me at Chris Sarda. Please rate the podcast. Keep in mind that even though Angelo's obviously super drunk.
Yeah, dude, I'm not drunk.
Oh, we're not even close to finished with this beer.
No. How long was that show? I feel like that was not long enough.
49 minutes.
That's not good enough.
And we're not done with this beer.
Still another 5 minutes.
Another 5 minutes to finish the beer?
No, just to have a 50, 100 minute show. Or 60-minute show.
Okay, the show's still on.
Yeah, that's not
NBA.
Quit. Let's not quit.
NBA. So, is Golden State going to catch Houston?
No.
I agree. Is Golden State going to beat Houston in the Western Conference Finals?
Possibly.
That could happen.
But I don't think it's going to happen.
That's a little bit harder question.
I think
injuries, a lot of things play into it.
I think Houston has a much better chance to win the NBA championship than people think. So, like, everybody's thinking Golden State.
I think people think that.
Like, Cavs, maybe.
I think a lot of people think that now.
Yeah, well, maybe they're starting to, but I still think they're not buying into it yet.
Holy fuck, that beer is stronger than 9% now.
Yeah, that beer is... You said motor oil? It actually tastes like motor oil.
It tastes like alcoholic motor oil.
I drank motor oil before, like, when I was, like, 12 or something, just to try it. This tastes just like motor oil.
It's delicious, though.
It's good.
Kill it. Are you killing it?
Of course I'm going to... I didn't finish the Paps, to be honest with you.
Are you fucking serious?
No, but I'm going to finish this.
Finish them both.
No, this is not good right now.
Huh?
I mean...
do you use the Paps as a chaser?
Yeah, for the motor oil?
Yeah.
Okay, so... Now, I think the Cavs...
Suck. They suck.
So you don't think they're going to win the...
They may not make it to the finals. This might be the first year in a decade.
Who's going to make it, Boston? Without Gordon Hayward?
Boston's been playing great without Gordon Hayward. So have the Raptors.
Without Gordon Hayward?
The Raptors never had Gordon Hayward.
I know. They played great without him.
Why? The Celtics have been playing very well without Gordon Hayward.
I know.
That just means the Celtics will be fucking even better next year.
Yeah, him and Kyrie Irving's a good combo.
Yeah.
Like, those are two very good players, like, you know.
Let's be honest. I mean, the Celtics with Gordon Hayward, I thought they were first seed, but they're about 4 games behind the Raptors now.
Yeah. Okay,
that's pretty good, but I think that they can beat the Cavaliers this year. You realize that the Pacers are ahead of the Cavs right now? I would have told you if I didn't look, I'd have told you the Cavs are a 3rd seed.
Well, the Cavs are struggling. That's why they blew up the roster.
But they blew it up with bad players.
Coaches and shit. Of course, they
blew it up. They blew it up with Rodney Hood and mediocre guys.
No, but it's better than what they have.
Tell me so far I've been right about Rodney Hood.
No, but George Hill's playing good.
George Hill.
No, George Hill.
He's been playing defense.
He's been playing good, and then they had Larry Nance has been playing good.
Larry Nance has been playing good.
And then they have that foreign dude that they didn't get on trade, but he's been playing more finally. When they're like forwards, they're all right. They're better than they were.
So maybe we'll talk about the East in a minute because there's good teams there. I think the Cavs might not make it. So it's going to be Rockets and Warriors. I think we agree on that. The thing I wanted to throw out on the NBA side is that the 3rd seed are the Blazers. They're 12 games from 1st seed. Wow. The 9th seed is only 15.5 games from 1st.
Who's that, the Grizzlies?
The 9th, well, there's no such thing as a 9th seed. Well, but the 9th is the Spurs, so they're falling off. So the Blazers and the Spurs, so the difference between the 3rd seed and the 9th seed is 3.5 games.
Yeah.
With about 15, give or take, to play.
So nobody would have thought the
Spurs
Blazers,
can make it in
without LaMarcus would be playing as good.
Yeah, but Lillard is that good. Yeah. So the Spurs theoretically could still be a 6th or 5th seed, especially if Kawhi comes back, if they go on a little run.
Well, if they bring him back for the playoffs...
well, they might not make the playoffs. They're not in the playoffs as we speak.
But if they do, they're a dangerous team, right? Because then all of a sudden if Kawhi's and
they could be the 8th seed with Kawhi. They can knock the Rockets out.
Yeah, I gotcha.
They can knock the Rockets out theoretically.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, not even just talking about Spurs, we can talk more about Spurs. Just the idea that the Trailblazers are the 3rd seed. They're 3 games out of being out of the playoffs.
So that shows you how deep the West is?
The West, well, it shows you how far ahead the Rockets and the Warriors are, for one. But it also shows you how interesting it is, just the way the playoffs are going to hash out.
Yeah.
So you got Thunder, Pelicans, Timberwolves, Clippers, and Jazz. You got to think if Kawhi comes back the last 10 games, the Spurs are going to make it in. You could have a Rockets Spurs or Warriors Spurs first round.
Yeah.
And the Spurs can fuck everything up for those teams.
So should there be?
And only a couple of weeks ago, the Spurs were 4th seed.
Shouldn't they do the best 16 teams regardless of what conference? Because some West teams are missing out, and they're way better than some of these East teams. They're going to have a chance to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, like the Heat. The Bucks, I thought the Bucks were doing a little better, but they're 7th seed.
So isn't that messed up?
So we can talk more general like that, for sure. I agree. Top 16 teams should make it.
Yeah.
But I also think that that means that you should play all these teams evenly.
Oh, you shouldn't just play Western Conference or Eastern.
Because the Western Conference only plays the East twice a year. They play one home, one away.
Do more interacting games.
Yeah, you got to go around and play everyone evenly then.
Well,
because
they don't do that because they want to create rivalries and also travel.
Yeah, but if you're going to do the playoffs for travel, but if you're going to do a 16-team playoff, because the Heat are 36 and 32, they would be.
They wouldn't even be in the playoffs right now.
They would be right around the Nuggets, so they wouldn't be in the playoffs. But there's still some bad teams, like the 76ers aren't that good yet. They have a .545 win percentage. They would still knock out, huh?
They're going to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
Would they if it was combined? No. I don't think they would. It'd be another West team.
Well, let's see. .545.
It'd be like the Grizzlies or something. You're just going off win percentage?
That's what it would be.
Yeah. It'd be the Grizzlies. The Clippers.
Yeah, you're right.
Who would it be?
The Nuggets would be the Spurs, Nuggets. The Spurs and Nuggets would be in there. They'd be ahead of the Lakers. They might still sneak in. They'd be the bottom if they did. I'd have to write it out and shit. But then I don't know that the Raptors are really a 74, 75% win percentage team. Do you know what I mean? If they had to play the Rockets more than twice. And they beat the Rockets. Yeah. They're the one that broke the Rockets streak, but nonetheless.
Yeah. That's why they should do that. That doesn't feel right. That a lot of teams, good teams, miss.
Well, Adam Silver's looking at it. I really like him as a commissioner. So he's looking at it. You got to finish this beer.
I'm gonna finish it for sure.
We're gonna make this podcast go on to that beer's gone.
Yep. Let me drink.
Ready?
Yep.
Ding.
Yep. It's motor oil, man. It's good stuff though. Man.
It's good though.
Yeah.
You like the dark evil beers,
It is good. It's just it's an acquired taste right now.
Yeah? Well, because you drank so many shitty beers, probably.
I've been drinking Newcastle and Fat Tire, which is not shitty, but different than this.
Yeah. So let's go off sports.
Yeah.
For a minute. What kind of music have you been listening to lately? Anything new, or have you gotten stuck in your 90s, early 2000s music?
Well, I mean, I was just watching the iHeart Music Awards, man. I was listening to all kinds of new stuff.
Embarrassing.
No, I mean, it was
Aren't
music.
you embarrassed?
What I've been listening to mostly is like...
Oh, hold on. You were watching the iHeart Music Awards.
Yeah, but I mean, of course that's new stuff.
That's horrible.
No, I mean, it was music. But I guess I have been listening to old stuff.
I want to hear... Will you listen to the 90s?
Yeah, I listened to like Aerosmith and country music and some
Drink
Metallica.
Your beer,
I've been listening to some older stuff. But actually, no, that's not true.
iHeart Music.
Actually, that's not true though. I guess it is newer stuff because I listen to the radio a lot too. It's all new stuff on there.
Do you still pay for satellite radio?
No.
What do you listen to in the car?
I listen to mostly the radio.
You listen to the actual radio?
Yeah, talk
radio. Don't you have Spotify?
Yeah, but sometimes I do that. But I usually listen to Spotify like at home or something.
Oh man, I don't know how you can do that. I listen to my CDs and I listen to Google Music, which is the same as Spotify.
Yeah.
Dude, you should be embarrassed saying you watch the iHeart.
Well, you said newer music. That's new music. I mean, it's not.
So Ed Sheeran won Song of the Year.
It's not like it was my favorite.
Taylor
music.
Swift won Female Artist of the Year.
That's why I watched it for Taylor Swift.
Fucking terrible.
Ed
Sheeran won Male Artist of the Year. Cardi B won New Artist.
Yeah, I told you they all were playing on the freaking thing. I mean, it's not like
Maroon 5 Best Duo Group.
It's music. It's new music.
So I'm trying. Let me see if there's a band I would listen to on here.
No, it's more like.
Is there a band? Yeah, it's horrible pop music. Is there? Okay, I'm gonna look down at the bands and singers on here.
Yeah.
Give me the over/under on bands or singers I would like.
Not many.
But me, just give the over/under so I can count them.
Like 2.
2. Do you take the over/under on that?
Even.
You're pushing?
Yeah, I'll take a push.
So what do we got? Daddy Yankee, no. Ed Sheeran, no.
It's not.
Chainsmokers, no. Bruno Mars, no. DJ Khaled, depends who he's with, but not this song. I like The Weeknd. I wouldn't listen to him that much. Do you like The Weeknd?
It's okay.
He's a little bit weird R&B. I like it.
Stuff.
Yeah. Judah and the Lion.
That's cool.
Yeah, you like Judah and the Lion? Do they have a famous song?
I have a bunch of favorite songs.
Oh, I thought they were a really small indie band.
No, hell no.
Imagine Dragons is shitty.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're horrible.
Imagine Dragons is awesome Vegas, man. Take that back.
I like that they're from Vegas, and they seem like nice guys. That music's not for me.
They come up for hit after hit. They come up with good music.
Yeah. listen to 22-second grindcore bands.
Dude,
you think I'm gonna like fucking Imagine Dragons?
Yeah, I know Imagine Dragons. That's great shit.
Zed and Alessia Cara, I don't know. Maroon 5, not interested. With Kendrick Lamar.
I thought you liked Kendrick Lamar.
I love Kendrick Lamar, but I got a message for Kendrick Lamar. Drink some beer.
Yeah.
Drink some beer.
You also...
Kendrick Lamar, you got to get some better taste in rock music. Yeah. You're one of the best rappers out there. You've gotten famous. You're probably a step behind Drake in fame for current rappers. No. Stop doing songs with Maroon 5 and Imagine Dragons.
Well, that's how you make big money.
Your hand is right in front of the microphone.
That's how you make big money. Those are big market bands that are in movies.
That's true. If he's trying to make money, but that makes me like him less.
Also, you like Chase the Rapper. You like Chase the Rapper too.
Chance.
Chance. I mean, I'm thinking of Chase.
So Logic,
like
best new. I haven't read his name yet.
Yeah.
Logic, best new pop artist. He's not a pop artist. He's a really skilled rapper.
So you
should not be a pop artist. So we're at 2.
You're at the over.
No, I'm at 2.
Huh?
I'm at 2 only.
Well, you got Chance.
Well, when he comes up.
Well, he won a big award there.
Portugal the Man. I don't know if I like him. Oh, the Revivalists. My wife loves the Revivalists, and I actually like them too. That's 3. Okay. Fuck Imagine Dragons. Kings of Leon, they're okay. I get bored.
Why would you say Kings of Leon's over Imagine Dragons?
I like Kings of Leon more than Imagine Dragons, but I don't like either one. Can we tell the story?
What story?
Can we tell the story about your cousin singing the Kings of Leon song?
Oh, wait, she was drunk?
Can we tell that or no?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Go ahead.
So what were we doing? Why was I there? Was it like a family reunion and you were like, I can wait tables? What were we doing?
Where was it at?
I don't remember. I remember what it was.
Was it at a bar?
Your sister was doing her stand-up.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
She had a bunch of family come and then I came too.
Okay.
It's actually where our Bright Light Sports picture comes from, where you were bald.
I gotcha.
That's where that picture comes from.
I gotcha.
Back when this podcast was called Bright Light Sports.
Yeah.
You have let me put it this way. When people hear you on the podcast and I've told them you drank like a bunch of beers and you say you're not drunk,
well,
they can hear you're drunk.
You always make it up.
Hold on. They say, "Oh, that guy drinks, he becomes mellow."
No, but you think
he becomes mellow.
When I have no beers, you still have all your drinking. I mean, it's fake.
He becomes mellow. That's what the podcast
Yeah.
people listening are thinking. But let me put it this way: you have a family, and I don't know your family well, and your sister's different from the rest of your family, but you have a family. They come to party.
You said my sister's different.
Your sister isn't like that. But your other family, your random family.
That's California family. Maybe.
You have a cousin too that I knew.
Yeah.
You're the rest of your family comes to party. Is that an okay statement to make?
That they come to.
They come to party. I don't want to say what they're doing.
Well, they're gonna bring it. They're gonna bring it. It's either gonna be.
We're gonna talk on high level. They come to party.
Yeah, it could be a good party, bad party. They come to sing, drink, fight. Something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen. So one of your cousins.
Yeah.
She drank 1 beer like you and got trashed. And after the comedy, she had already drank a lot, obviously. After the comedy was over, the karaoke came out. And this cousin decided that she was going to get up on the stage and do a duet with every single person singing, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
And the song that I remember where they were like, "We need to get this chick off the stage. We can't let her keep doing this," was the...
So that's the way you always think.
Was the King? Yeah, I think your cousin every time Kings of Leon comes on. What's their famous song about? Sex is on fire. Yeah. I don't sing, but I sound better than your cousin did. She climbed up on the stage. She took the microphone from the guy singing, and she just drunkenly.
She bulleted her way to the microphone. She bulleted her way to the microphone?
Yeah, basically.
At first, they probably gave it to her.
At first it was cool. She's up there singing, but then they realized that she's fucked up.
Yeah, they thought she was all good for like
Third
20
song, she's just like stealing it, wanting to sing this.
Who got her off the stage? Just somebody.
They tried to get her twice. She ended up back on the stage. I didn't drink that much, so I remember all of this.
Of course.
Then she ended up back on the stage. Eventually, they took her outside and talked to her. They thought they'd calm her down, bring her back in. She was still going crazy. And then that group of cousins left.
Because of that situation?
I don't know. I mean, it was also later, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, she's known as like...
You know the exact cousin I'm thinking about?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
Because there's another cousin that's her sister that went crazy in a different story.
No, it's the one... It's the
same one?
Yeah, it's the one we're thinking of.
I'm pretty sure it was two different ones.
No, it's not. No.
I believe you because you know your cousin.
The one that we're talking about is the one that you're thinking of at that bar, but you're talking about a different girl in a different situation. I know who you're talking about.
Is that a different person? Not sisters?
No.
Different person. Different cousin, though. Still a cousin.
Yeah, they're cousins. They're
okay, they're cousins. And they're your cousins.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. Let's continue this.
There's just a lot of crazy stuff going on with these people.
I like it. So we're at 3 with the Revivalists.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like the Foo Fighters that much. I went to Stone Sour. I don't like the rock song of the year. I don't really like these bands. Oh, Metallica, rock artist of the year. I don't see Chance the Rapper, dude. Where is he?
No, he didn't sing. He got an award.
I'm looking for it. I don't see it.
He got an award like Lifetime or
Lifetime. He's fucking
like
21.
Innovator. They got like an innovator. He's like 24. He got like an innovator award, like great innovator, like
some bullshit.
Because he's not signed to the label and he's doing his own thing and
it's basically three mixtapes and he's headlining festivals.
They gave him a big award because of that. They're like you're just been a great innovator and doing your own thing, and they gave him a big award for that.
I loved acid rap.
Yeah.
I loved 10 Days. I think it's called 10 Days.
So
I did not love The Coloring Book, and that's his most famous one right now. So it's funny how people just automatically liked that album before it came out. Like he had already built himself up, and he was famous. And The Coloring Book comes out, and everyone loves it.
Well, because when they get hooked, it's like how everybody loves Aaron Rodgers. Like,
doesn't make any sense.
When they're all hooked on this new guy. He came out of nowhere, and so his new stuff, they're gonna be with him no matter what.
Let's kill the last of this beer and end the podcast.
They're gonna be with him no matter what.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna be unless it's that.
But I've been a huge Chance fan since the first mixtape.
Yeah.
When I found it on Potholes in My Blog or something like that, random blog, and I can say I don't like The Coloring Book that much.
Oh, I got you. So, I'm just telling you the percentage of people they would probably liking it because they like him, so they're giving him.
Let's kill it and end it. Go.
All right, I'm trying, man.
One.
Go.
No, fuck you. This podcast is gonna go for 2 hours.
I'm gonna finish it right now. I'm just not gonna chug it. I'm about 2 chugs.
It's one. Okay, 2 chugs. I'm like 3.
Yeah. So
ready? 2 chugs.
You do yours. I'll do mine. See, that wasn't a full chug. See,
I said I was 3. My name's Chris Sarda. That's Angela Soboro. We're actually going to end the show now. You can find us at Chaotic Sports. You can find me at Chris Sarda on Twitter. You can go to chaoticsports.com for the podcast and random sports BS. Notpartofyourscene.com is my music and movie site. And you can all go fuck yourselves. But thank you for listening, and rate us on iTunes.